Look, if you're a student right now, we know exactly what you're up against. You're constantly trying to block out the chaos of a loud dorm room or maybe a packed campus coffee shop just to actually focus on your studies. But let's be real, you also have to manage a pretty tight budget. You absolutely need reliable focus gear, but you literally cannot afford to go broke buying it. So welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a deep dive into a really fascinating piece of tech that just keeps popping up everywhere, the Kurdene Wireless Earbuds. We're going to figure out if these are the ultimate student survival tool or just, another cheap gadget. Let's get right into it.
Okay, $9.99. When you see a price tag that shockingly low for wireless tech, your first instinct is probably extreme skepticism, right? I mean, usually $10 barely buys you a decent campus lunch these days, let alone a functioning piece of audio equipment. So it sets up this immediate mystery for us. Are these earbuds a hidden, budget-friendly gem for your late-night study sessions, or are they just destined to become e-waste by the time midterms roll around?
Now, what is truly staggering here is the sheer volume of the data we're looking at. This isn't just based on a handful of buyers. We are talking about nearly 60,000 customer reviews. And when you break that down, a massive 66% of buyers gave these ultra-budget buds a perfect 5-star rating. Throw in the 4-star reviews, and you've got 82% of tens of thousands of people walking away incredibly happy. For a $10 product, capturing that kind of widespread approval isn't just unusual, it's honestly practically unheard of. To understand why people are rating these so highly, we really need to look at the manufacturer's big technical claims. They highlight two main features. First up, they pack what they call oversized 8mm drivers, which are designed to deliver really powerful deep bass. Second, they weigh just 3.8 grams each. That means they're smaller than a coin and practically as light as a feather. For a student, this is kind of the dream combination, right? Heavy enough sound to drown out your loud roommates, but a physical build so incredibly light, you won't even feel them during a marathon, 4-hour library session, or an intense gym workout. But hey, let's verify those claims by actually breaking down the raw customer data to see what buyers are really saying. If we look at sound quality and value for money, the positive mentions completely crush the negative ones. Over 3,300 people specifically praised the sound, and over 2,500 called out the amazing value, so they easily impress on performance and price. But check out that fit category. 992 positive mentions versus 660 negative. It's a much, much tighter race. The actual physical fit of these earbuds is highly debated among the people using them. And the feedback perfectly illustrates the polarized reality of this supposedly ergonomic design. On one hand, you have users who find them completely comfortable and super secure. But on the flip side, you've got users complaining that even with the absolute smallest ear tips, they just constantly fall out, making them totally impossible to use while moving around. And look, this is absolutely crucial for you as a student. If you're briskly walking across a busy campus trying to make it to your next lecture, the last thing you want is to be constantly bending over to fish a dropped earbud off the sidewalk. Okay, moving on to another major selling point, the connectivity. Kurdene proudly advertises that these use Bluetooth 5.3. Let's actually define what that means for your everyday life. Basically, Bluetooth 5.3 is the latest tech designed to give you significantly faster transmission speeds and a rock-solid, stable connection to your phone. But honestly, the biggest benefit is the one-step pairing. You literally just open the lid of the charging case, and both earphones are supposed to automatically turn on and seamlessly sync right up to your device. And for a lot of users, this technology works exactly like magic. Take a look at this incredibly enthusiastic 5-star review. They literally say, "Don't even get me started on the easy pairing. Only once, and it just connects to my phone automatically." They point out how this makes commuting on the bus so much easier. You just sit down, pop them in, and boom, your lecture recording or your study playlist is instantly ready to go. No awkward fiddling with Bluetooth menus while you're trying to find your seat. However, we have to admit that seamless experience isn't universal. I want to contrast that last review with Teen Win's 3-star experience. They state, "It doesn't automatically connect to my iPhone 17 Pro. I have to manually connect every time, and that is a deal breaker." This highlights the frustrating connectivity catch that does plague a portion of buyers. Despite having that fancy Bluetooth 5.3 standard, automatic pairing just isn't perfectly reliable across every single smartphone model out there. Now, let's talk about the ultimate student endurance test, battery life. Kurdene claims that with the carrying case, you get 30 total hours of battery life. Let's put that into perspective for a second. That is enough juice to get you through an entire week of classes, library study sessions, and gym visits without ever needing to plug that case into a wall. 30 hours. So does it actually live up to that? The data shows over 2,000 total mentions of battery life, with a massive 1,510 of those being purely positive experiences. We even found a reviewer named Rich who bragged about an amazing 3-week charge streak. I mean, that's insane. But we do have to objectively note the risk here. Hidden in the negative reviews is a bit of a warning. There are multiple reports of the earbuds simply stopping charging after a few weeks or months. It's a harsh reminder of the hardware failure risk you're taking on at this ultra-low price point.
And that brings our explainer to the ultimate test. It is time to step into the heavyweights ring. We know these are pretty good for $10, but how do these budget buds actually stack up against the $200 premium tech that everyone usually covets? Can a pair of earbuds that cost a tiny fraction of the price really deliver a comparable audio experience? Surprisingly, the answer seems to be yes for a whole lot of people. Check out this story from a reviewer named N. They actually bought these for their partner as a temporary fix for a broken premium brand pair. And the verdict? They said the sound quality was better than his $200 pair he bought 6 months back. When N finally revealed the $10 price tag, her partner literally couldn't believe it until he saw the receipt. It's an absolutely incredible testament to how far budget audio drivers have actually come. And, it's not just one isolated story either. There's another specific review that directly calls out the absolute titans of the industry. This user claims their budget buds last longer than Airport Pros and Galaxy Buds. Now, obviously, Airport Pros is a pretty funny little typo for AirPods, but the sentiment here is crystal clear. These cheap plastic earbuds are actively holding their own, both in perceived value and battery longevity, against the absolute most dominant, expensive brands on the entire market. So let's synthesize all of these data points and give these a final grade for students. The value? Absolutely unbeatable at $9.99. The sound? Surprisingly punchy and clear. The risk, though, is real. Connectivity and physical fit vary widely from person to person, and long-term durability is definitely a gamble. But our final verdict? These are the ultimate low-risk backup study year. Just toss them in your backpack for those days when your main headphones die or you accidentally leave them on your desk. For $10, they will absolutely save your library session. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. But before we go, I want to leave you with a rather provocative question to chew on the next time you're browsing for tech. If a $10 earbud genuinely has the battery life and the sound quality to comfortably get you through your stressful college finals, are the premium brands really selling you better audio technology today, or are they just selling you a better logo? Think about the true cost of your consumer tech. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep exploring.